Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to our World War One build, which is today. And we are building, well, I'm building this version of the Austin.
I'm building that version.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So, how are you, John?
Good.
Good. You enjoying the build so far?
So far? Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. Had any fun today? Not too much?
Not really. So the tiler was meant to turn up today, but it was raining first thing this morning. Well, hardly. But he did want to be cutting outside, and he said if I cut the tiles in the garage, you'll have dust on on all your planes and stuff. And I just thought, I don't care. But no, he's coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all right. Apart from that, yeah, just ringing around hobby suppliers and stuff and not having much fun. But more of that tomorrow.
Yeah. What did I do? I did Mozzie's stream last night. That was quite good.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It was an interesting chat. In fact, I think it'd actually be a pretty good topic to discuss today as well. So I think it's one that's quite relevant to this. But first, we'll crack on with the chat.
Yeah.
Speaking of Moz, he upgraded his membership to Corporal last night.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you, buddy.
Tiff says, good morrow all. I hope everyone's well. Please don't forget to hit that like button on your way in or on the way out.
Is that Tiff after needing some laxatives or something?
No, that was gastric reflux. That was like one of those sort of like impacted colon sort of meals at a restaurant. Yeah. Yeah. What would you call a succulent Chinese meal?
Chicken's feet and things like that.
Yeah, beaks and arseholes.
Joe says, good morning all, hope you're all well today. Good day of golf yesterday, but most importantly, picked up a Hasegwa 172nd kits, P47D Thunderbolts, P40 and Warhawk, and an F6F35 Hellcat, all for under $30. Very happy. Not surprised.
Nice. Very good. Matt Mick says, hi, Tiff, Joe, everyone else.
Hello. And Patrick says, good day all.
Adam saying it's Austin time.
Patrick, nice pickup, Joe. He didn't get pickup, he got a load of planes.
Adam says, popped my Austin progress in the creatives channel.
Ooh. I'll have a look at that.
I'll have to look at that.
Joe says, yes, working on the Thunderbolt right now before heading to New Orleans to pick up furniture for son's new house. I hope I get enough. Are you just doing whatever you can to avoid having to do that USS Texas, Joe? Like every time he runs out of stuff to do, he's like, oh, I need to do the USS Texas. And then the next minute it's, oh, I'm just going to the shop and, oh, I've got these kits, so I'll start I need to start these now.
Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people.
Hello. And I'm ready for Steve Austin.
Man, barely alive. Joe is looking forward to a good large shrimp po' boy sandwich for lunch. Oh.
That's what we really get over it.
No.
Trevor says, good day all. Hello, Trevor.
Yeah. Joe, and hopefully he won't miss Modder's chat next time.
Matthew says, hi, everyone. Hello, Matthew.
Duke is, John, that's Austin Titus. How much can a koala bear? And flash me Wangarata. Yeah, all that stuff. You wouldn't have any idea what we're talking about. No.
Mark Fisher says, hi, everyone. Just bought off eBay the Roden 135th scale BL 8-inch howitzer. Anyone built it? Any tips? I haven't built it, but if it's like the Roden aircraft kits, then they don't have locating tabs when you're joining the house together and things. So just be aware of that. And maybe use some plastic card if you need to. Just glue it on the inside so it acts as a locating tab.
Yeah, I've not built a Ronin kit. So yeah, not.
They're all right.
Really.
They feel flimsy as hell until you build them, and then they feel solid.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, it's like a lot of these MiniArt ones, really, as well. So many parts. Steve says, "Good afternoon, all."
Hello, Steve. Joe says, I lost my mojo for the Texas, so doing 172nd kits. Love the model shop in New Orleans. Hobby shop on Airline Drive. Nice owners. Cool.
Cool. Matthew says, Nodge, do you do the voices for Bluey? Asking for Tiff. No, I do not. No, that's talent there. Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's fantastic. Funny as all get out.
My youngest is 14. All he's interested in is YouTube. He doesn't watch cartoons anymore. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all the chat done.
Righto. So,
yeah.
Eyes down.
Yeah.
So where I was last week is I had put this together. What I'm doing right now is I've decided not to put the PE on top because what's the bloody point? So I'm simply just I've got holes drilled for the spark plug leads, and I'm just popping them in place. They're green at the moment, but they'll be black later on. So I'll just finish the spark plug leads. Yeah, there's no point even super gluing them in place because they're not going to move.
Yeah.
Go. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Cool. All right. Where did I get up to?
So you mentioned a topic on Moz's stream.
Yeah, it was actually a really interesting topic, and I thought it would be quite cool for us to discuss. The topic of the question was, does history influence, or does history? I think it's something like, does history influence your scale modeling, or does it inspire your scale modeling? Yeah, that's it. Does history inspire your scale modeling? I thought that was quite appropriate for today.
Yeah, it does for me.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, I tend to like historical subjects more than modern ones. I mean, it's been stated before, like, just grey aircraft. I mean, I prefer aviation. British aviation scale would be my thing, but I'd much happier doing historical aircraft than modern ones. I just don't like everything being grey. It's just boring as all get out.
Yeah.
I understand the need for it, but oh God.
That is a tight fit, which I will get to the question in a second. Hopefully, I don't break anything. Ooh, it's getting a good bit of a bend on it.
What's moving?
Let's have a butcher's.
Nothing.
Okay. That is glue. That is really good glue. Right.
Oh, come on.
Haha. Got you. Oh, no, there it goes. It almost held out. What the hell? Right, so they sit on there, I think. Oh, I see. I've done a Marley.
What are you working on? Which part?
Putting the engine onto the chassis.
How have you done a Marley?
So, you see this centre spar there? Focus.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it's supposed to go on the other way.
Yeah, it is difficult to see in the instructions. It's not that clear.
Yeah. I've got it on back to front. That flat side is supposed to go this way.
Yes.
There we go.
It's only really by looking over, like, if you look ahead in the instructions, you'll sort of see where that is. Like,
Yeah.
you're installing it in step
Step
1, and the good clear photo is in step 12.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. Yeah. But hey, be aware of that, people. And don't get caught out like I did. So, yeah, history does affect quite a lot. One thing that I was saying to Moz after stream was that I'll build pretty much anything. However, it's things like World War One associated kits that sort of maybe go, like a big kid, like, ooh, I want to build that. You get all excited about it. Most other kits are just like, yeah, it's fun. So it's interesting. World War One kit I get really excited about doing. Oops. Come apart, you son of a bitch. Duke says, history inspires me to buy a model kit. I'm not interested in just buying a model for the sake of buying a model, but that's just me. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this back apart. Patrick says, I use the radiator to line up the front of the engine. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
I've glued this in too well. That's the problem.
See if we can get that focused. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, spark plugs, they're in. As I say, they're green at the moment, but they're sitting there happily. I don't feel the need to put super glue on them to stop them popping out because I'm not really going to mess with them. But that'll do.
Yeah.
Moving on then.
Moving on swiftly. Right, that one's come apart. That one has not.
Okay.
So I need to find a way of getting this out of there. Moz says, afternoon. Hello, Moz. We just talked about you, buddy. Oh, Jesus. Adam says, what step are you guys on?
Well,
supposed to be step 9.
Yeah, so I've just step 9 is where I am. So moving on to step 9.5, which is putting on little bits of photo etch, which I've just put back in the envelope behind the transmission assembly. Whatever they do, I don't know.
I am correcting a boo-boo from step 1. Correcting a Marley.
A boo-boo.
A boo-boo. Yes. Damn. Where are you, Kniffy? There you are, Mr. Stabby. Patrick says, I think for me it does, especially films like the Battle of Britain and 6-3 Squadron. Yeah. See, for me it's more history, written history and things, rather than films.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because obviously, like, I read a lot of books on World War One vehicles and things like that, especially the logistics vehicles and stuff. So I find that really interesting. So it makes me want to build them, so that I can see, have a visual frame of reference to what I'm reading about. Adam says, "Looks really good, John."
Oh, thank you.
Oh no! There we go. Oh, that is welded in properly. Shit.
Oh, right. Yeah. Cripes. PE 28. Those little dinguses.
Matty says, "Nodge is on the naughty step, Adam."
Am I?
I don't know. Adam says, "Okay, I'll jump onto my MiG for now. I'm on 15. You go as far as you want, buddy.
Yeah.
You have to wait for us." And Matthew says, 633 Squadron is awful when you see the guy purposely pulling up the undercarriage lever to fight off a Mozzie. Yeah. Careful, you have modders going for you.
Well, you'll have to name the tune first.
633 Squadron.
Oh, damn it.
Patrick says, plus my parents always used to buy me model kits when young, which contributed to my love of aircraft.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. A little lizard.
Off you go.
Go and crawl across someone's face whilst they sleep. Bugger. I've done too good a job at this. Adam says, tried to cover all the parts yesterday with my comments. I went wild on the topic. Yeah. Tiff says, history doesn't influence me, but I think that's more because I build civvy vehicles and motorbikes. There's a lot of history behind them as well, modders. Especially the racing cars and things. Duke says, Bridge 25 inspired me to research the Battle of Arnhem and buy model kits and figures for that battle. Yeah. Freak. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get this part, you know.
It's just not going to fit if you leave it?
Nope. I might have to cut it out. Adam says, I have 6 models in progress. I'll get this MiG actually done. Joe says, it's cut until it eats your hand off, John. Oh, it's cute until it eats your hand off, John. For God's sake, you're in Australia.
Oh, it's not a Komodo dragon. It's fine.
It's one of those ones that you hold the tail and it runs off without it.
Yeah, it's one of them.
We had them in Iraq. The lads used to think it was funny. How not to repair a cock-up. By Bearded Veteran Creates. Matthew says, Nodge painting it to make it look like a poisonous one.
Yeah.
Just stay here whilst I paint you a minute.
Oh, he's gone somewhere now. I don't know. He's awful. He can go around eating ants. He can do what he wants.
Is that what they eat? Is it ants? Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Things smaller than him, yeah.
Joe says, maybe we'll get to see John fight for life live on stream. Should pick up more subscriptions.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Bob says, Mikey, can you try the freezer trick? Not in 2 hours, I can't. And I can't do anything else until then. Adam says, oh, Mr. Marley, I'll be ordering the Airfix Club soon when my year runs out. Once it has arrived, I'll work out getting you that tiger moth.
I forgot about that. Don't have to, Adam. It's fine.
Oh, it's coming away. I think.
Okay, so where does this go exactly? There.
God damn it. All right, get off there. Matthew says, was that an appearance of Mr. Pobby? I don't think Mr. Pobby would thank you for that.
No.
Aha, got it. Right. Patience and perseverance. Adam says, I have the ICM moth, so it's perfectly fine. It ain't no hassle off my back. Aren't we lucky?
Yeah, that ICM, that 30-second scale one from memory, it does look like a nice kit.
He's not sending you that one.
No.
And Adam says, plus Mikey knows I have to send a few kits out soon. Yeah, so on Adam's Instagram, if you go and subscribe, there's a post on there, and what he's doing is when he hits 1,000 subscribers, he's doing a kit giveaway.
All right.
He's got a couple of pretty cool kits. Whilst that glue sets in, I shall pull it up and tell you what kit it is. It is the Tamiya Focke-Wulf 190A3.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Nice. So, yeah, I've built that, but as the Edward one with the same, I guess, eagle on the cowl, which is a sublime little bit of war art, I think, because it masks the exhaust stain being black and all.
I've got that little tool there. P-bending tool.
Oh, yeah. Same one. Yeah.
Adam says, plus Mikey knows I have to send a few kits out soon. Yes. Joe says, is it on Instagram? Yes. Adam says, Mikey secretly wants the second one I haven't shown yet. More. I don't know if I want it more, but yeah. It's cool. Yes. Gotcha, you son of a... Yeah, man. Last little bit. Yeah, man. Let's see if we can do it without breaking anything. Yeah, man. Soak in that. And Tiff says, Adam, pop your Insta link in the chat, please. Oh, I really cannot do high-pitched voices. I've done it. And now to put it back in.
Okay.
Et voila. C'est magnifique. Oh, a couple of chat things. Adam has put the link up to his Instagram. Do go check it out if you're on Instagram. You get to see all his awesome work. Patrick, can you put link to your channel in chat, Adam? There we go.
You know, I can't get on Instagram.
You'd have to set up a new account, buddy.
Yeah.
You should do
ridiculous.
There's some cool stuff on that.
So what it is, you know, I was on it years ago, and somebody else in the Middle East started an account with the same name as me. So I'll just get notifications, your password had changed. So I'll get on and change it back, and then it'll change back. And then it went on for like 6 months or more. I'd get on to, send off to Instagram saying, there's 2 accounts that are duplicated. Can you fix this? And, well, that was 2010. So, you know, I think, well, it's, you know, what I think of social media. This is part of the reason why I'm reluctant to abide by any rules by these corporations and stuff, because they're all as bad as each other, and none of them actually care about the customers. You know, it's all just
I care.
Oh, it's bullshit.
No, I care about you. You can be a pain in the butt at times, but I still care about you.
6, 5.
You're my buddy.
6, 5, 4.
You're my World War I battle buddy.
Oh God, I thought you were better. You're my world, you are my night.
No, that's Kaylee.
Oh, okay.
You ain't that close. Adam says the second has wheels, the third will be a figure with a couple of nice brushes. Don't want to leave my mini guys out. No. Yeah, the second kit's really cool.
DA10. So step 10. DA10.
Instagram either. I'll check YouTube. And Matthew's just followed Adam's Instagram. Excellent. He's got some really good pictures on there of some of the work he's done. I'm very jealous. I wish I could do stuff like that. Ooh, drink.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I wish I could do stuff like that, like get on Instagram.
Yeah.
Not really.
Joe is just subscribed to Adam's Scale Modeling on YouTube. And he says, thank you, y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all, yeah. Matthew says, love you guys. You all keep me sane. Oh, buddy.
Oh, I don't remember painting that bit. Must have done it last week. Very good.
I've been up since 7:30 this morning, right? And so I decided, because I had nothing to do for the last 2 hours before the stream, because obviously I got Morgan off to school and had a shower, got ready and everything. I thought, I'll do some reading. I'll read up. There's the book. I'll read that book.
Landships and War Cars.
By David
Tanks
Fletcher.
and Armoured Cars in the First World War. Right.
Yeah. So, and I learned a couple of interesting things. Specifically about this car that we're doing, the Austin.
Go on.
One of the interesting things is that the armoured cars during World Wars, specifically the British ones on the Western Front, which is what I'm doing, when they were fighting through villages and things like that, they found that soldiers on upper floors of buildings were able to shoot down and force the vehicle commander to stay within the hat or stay in the vehicle, so he couldn't see where he was going to command the vehicle. So they were totally reliant on the drivers being able to see out the tiny little vision slits, which was no good. And they were also at the time, because tanks had started coming onto the battlefield, they were developing armor-piercing rounds, which wreaked havoc with the lightly armored cars. So they withdrew them all to, I think it was Arras, and what's that port called? Oh, crap. Yeah, anyway. And what they did is they put sheets of what's called Eurolite or something on it, which is like it was like a building material that they used at the time. And what it did is it didn't stop the bullets, but what it did is it slowed it down enough that it couldn't penetrate the steel plate underneath. So they just put sheets of it on the vehicles. And another thing I learned was that if you look at the box art on your vehicle,
Yes.
notice what is different. If I scoot up, yoing. So other than the paint scheme, what's different about the vehicle?
We probably can't see enough of mine, so let me just change camera then and hold it up.
Switch that off. Be easier.
Okay, so
Let's see if you can spot it.
nothing
No?
comes to mind.
Look at the back wheels.
Oh, you've got a dual axle.
Yep. So
Dual wheel.
yeah, so until 1917, they never sent all of the ones that they sent to the Russian front. They never put dual wheels on the back.
Oh, okay.
What they did instead was they gave a full set of spare wheels that had studs on them, and they were stored in the little locker under there.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. So they had
All
a
right.
complete set of studded wheels that they could switch out. But because of that, and because of the how bad the roads were on the Russian front, they found that obviously the vehicles sank quite a lot in the mud and stuff like that. So what they did was the Russians, they turned a lot of them into half tracks,
Oh,
which is cool. I didn't realize they had them back then. But I thought that was pretty cool.
that is cool. All right. Now, before I move that thing, oh, there it is. I thought I'd lost the part. So let's try that again.
Joe says, no Instagram for me, too much stuff already with Facebook, and I'm old too. Get off my lawn, punks. Matthew, first battlefield taxis were London omnibus used to move the troops from Calais Harbour. That's the harbour I was thinking about, Calais. Yeah. We actually had armoured cars quite early on in the war. Even just slightly before the war, they were being deployed over there. But what they were doing is they weren't formed units. What it was like the local lords would form their own battalions and stuff like that, and their own regiments, like county regiments and stuff. And the local lords would go to vehicle manufacturers and go, I want my men to have the best armoured vehicles and be mobile units. So can you design me a car with some armour on it? So there's some really cool pictures in that book of like, they're blatantly cars, but then they've just slapped sheets of metal onto the side of them and things. It's quite cool. So if I can find some for you.
I saw a picture yesterday of Rommel and a couple of his staff having a close look at a Rolls-Royce armoured car.
Yeah.
But I can't remember where I saw that. It must have been on the YouTubes.
Well, the Rolls-Royce one was the most widely used.
Which is the oldest vehicle they have at Bovington.
But I think we do need to do a Rolls-Royce kit. I certainly do, because I've done the Lanchester.
No, I'd love to.
I want to do another Lanchester as well, though, because I want to do the Naval Air Service scheme.
Oh, okay, that didn't work. Let's try that again.
Adam says, okay, now I'm curious with mine being the 17 pan. Adam says, I got it.
Very good.
Adam says, it's the back axle. It is.
It is a back axle.
So there's an early version. How mad is that?
Oh, cripes. You couldn't be bothered getting out of the bath.
Yeah. And there's another one. Model T with a machine gun on it.
Wow.
Maxim gun on the trailer. That one was like a boat.
Oh, my God. Okay.
What size is that bloody thing? See, this is why I think Copper State models have landed on a really cool, good subject, because there's loads of them that they can do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the British ones alone, there's loads.
Okay, so what colour?
There's an interesting one I saw. Where is it? Ooh. Apparently I can't hold pages open. There. So if I zoom in on that. So that one was made in Egypt.
Wow.
And what they did is they basically just took a lorry chassis and just slapped panels on it and put a couple of turrets on top. And it's moved that slow that apparently it was absolutely no use, because the whole idea of them using them in Egypt around Cairo and things was to respond to attacks quickly or to respond to civil disturbances and things. But this moved that slow that by the time it got there, the disturbances had finished and gone, and the people had gone. So it's more just like a propaganda thing to sort of scare the locals.
Right.
Then you got other versions where, like the Rolls Royce, what they did, because it was so hot out there, they took the turret off and just put a shield around the machine gun.
It'd be bloody ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, some of them, they just removed the turret altogether.
It's just never a cool breeze out there, is it?
No. But what they found is with the Rolls Royces, whilst they're really good as armoured vehicles, they weren't particularly good off-road because they had quite low ground clearance and they're quite heavy, especially with the armour on, which is why they started using the Model Ts, because it had a higher ground clearance.
Sure.
And it was lighter. Which is why they started forming the light car patrol units with more. So they'd have the Model Ts and then they'd have like a couple of Rolls Royces. June says, afternoon all. Would have been on time, but clueless district nurse. Mutter, mutter. Hey, it happens, buddy. June says, watch your panel. Hello, buddy. Adam, Mikey, do you watch a channel called Battle Guide? If not, let me link a video for you later because you'd really like it. Yeah, please do, buddy. Aha, now it fits.
I'm going to jump ahead a couple of steps. I've put these two bits of photo etch under the subframe there. And I feel so it goes that way. So they reach as far down as the sump. However, I'm going to keep. I've bent that one I think twice or three times. If I keep bending it, it'll snap. So I'm going to jump ahead a couple of steps to step 13. Put the leaf springs in place because I think it'll give them a little bit of clearance for the PE and protect it a bit. So I'll do that. 51.
This is proving awkward. GM says, greetings land mammals and the dynamic duo influenced by history. Nah, I try to build machinery I've had play with or have parked in hangars. Well, from what you've told us, a lot of those are the ones that you got parked in hangars are historic aircraft. That's interesting. So that's supposed to go in there, but it doesn't quite line up.
There we go.
Julian says, no Instagram here, just Facebook and WhatsApp. Was Twitter until it became X and then went down the bog. Blue Sky seems a decent alternative. I don't use stuff like Twitter and things.
Well,
I stick with Instagram, Discord, and Facebook. That'll do me. Nobody else. The Twitterverse isn't that interested in what I do. June says, Mikey, those vehicles look like an alpha version of a Wimmick. Yeah. Just imagine that. You're going down the road and you see a Model T coming towards you. Like, oh, okay. And then as it goes past it, it's bloody covered in Vickers machine guns and Lewis guns and things. It's like, what the?
Remind me what a Wimmick is?
Wimmick is a stripped down Land Rover.
That's right. We've covered this before.
Yes. I can show you one if you want.
No, I can picture one.
Okay, that's weird. I'll probably put that in. Actually, I need to do that. Matthew says, I like the World War II RF armoured car companies' homemade airfield defence vehicles. Yeah. There's a good film with George Formby in about that, where he's part of a home guard unit and they make their own armoured car for publicity and stuff. It's quite funny. And it basically looks like an Anderson shelter with a machine gun sticking out the front of it.
Oh, yeah. That'll provide the clearance I need.
GM, Instagram here is used by teenagers mostly. They have their own language, so I tend to skirt around using it.
Yes.
Teenagers are strange and scary people. Adam put the link into something. He focuses a lot on down battles and such, but he's starting breaking down real World War One footage. Nice. So one thing I've always found is this footage that's supposedly at the first day of the Battle of the Somme, where it starts off where you're looking at the side of a hill and you can see these guys running across it, and then after that it goes to some guys climbing out of the trenches. Only the first part of that is actual real footage from the Battle of the Somme. They filmed it from a distance, right? The second part, with climbing out of the trenches, was actually done as part of a training film. They got soldiers to record it so that they could see what it was like going over the top. But for the newsreels, to sort of improve morale and things, they put the two together for the newsreels back home, rather than people just watching a hill with some black dots going across it. Oh no, snapped from there. Oh, bugger. Julian says, I'm not doing very well today. Julian says, Mikey, the Terror look like the kind of vehicle that procrastination man would use. Superhero who turns up late to every emergency and says, where are all the people? What's with all the blood? Yeah. Does, doesn't it? Jim says, hello to our gracious hosts. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Oh. Not doing well today. Joe says, Hub Hobby had older AK markers for 99 cents. The new ones $2.99. Bought many of them. Nice.
Oh.
Why is that buckled?
Let's try this.
Oh, for goodness sake. Jim says, greetings to all the usual suspects in chat. Yes. Late start for me. I woke at 6 a.m., got my morning walk in, and now ready to comment with coffee at the ready. Excellent.
Crack on, sir.
Yes. Feel free to probe further. GM says, okay, Mikey, you got me there. I was thinking modern jets. Forgot about World War II stuff sitting about here. Yeah. Haha.
Okay.
Adam says that's what he talks about. He mentions how you can tell fake from real. Yeah.
Well,
it's quite cool. Because even then they had propaganda and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the cool ones was when Peter Jackson did They Shall Not Grow Old. They actually got a professional lip reader in to actually watch the footage frame by frame, so they could work out exactly what the soldier was saying and where their accent was from and things, by looking at their insignia and stuff like that. Duke says, I like Corporal Jones' butcher's van when they made it into an armoured car. Yeah, that's funny. Jim says, Duke Wellington, I remember that episode of Dad's Army. Yeah. Matthew, there used to be a Home Guard saloon car, possibly in Austin, that went into the 1980s events. It had armour sheet steel panels on the windscreen and radius like nothing else was important. Yeah, they were weird vehicles. I need to put that in. Jim says, bloody PC bombed again. That's not good, dude. The A35. Snips. All right. There you are. Adam says, he also goes into where it's found. Who found specific footage. Things he notices, like specific soldiers and their stories. Does sound interesting. I must admit. It's the sort of thing I'd like. Patrick says, DA47 was fun. Oh, I don't know what that is.
DA47.
Oh, yeah.
Where is that? Ah, that one. Yes, whatever that is.
It's a ball joint or something, if I look at it. GM says, was watching Red Moon earlier. People were having panic attacks. Weird. Yeah, people fret over weirdest things, don't they? Duke, Jim, up 2, 3, out 2, 3, shoot 3. Jim says, aye. Oh, do you remember that thing years ago, John, when Ali G used to be out? The film, Ali G film stuff. And they used to, like, where you flick your wrist and click your fingers at the same time to make that sound. We were walking around the supermarket last night and Morgan started doing it. And I was looking at him and he started like, look what I can do. And he stood there doing it for ages. And I went, have you been watching Ali G? And he went, who's Ali G? I was like, oh dear. So it's still doing the rounds. It's just they don't know why anymore.
Yeah, well.
Patrick says, rear light, I think. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, I think it's a rear light. Yeah, we're talking about this part here.
The A47, yeah.
Yeah. It's like looks like a ball within a thing, but it's right at the rear, facing rear of the rail chassis. So I think it's just a lamp. I don't know.
That's nice and easy to fit. June says, anyway, as I was saying, WMIC, Weapons Mounted Installation Kit. At least that's what I read it was called. Used by the SAS in World War II, mounting Vickers K and Browning 50 machine guns. The WMIC doesn't apply to that, to World War II. The WMIC was specifically Land Rovers.
Is that little dingus down there? Yeah.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, the term WMIC didn't come about until they did it with the Land Rovers, dude. Because they didn't have a specific kit to kit out the Jeeps. Especially for the SAS. They just robbed whatever they found they could get their hands on and stuck it to the Jeep. That's why a lot of the regular unit commanders didn't really like them, because in North Africa, because they'd wake up in the morning, half the bloody kit was missing because the SAS had gone in overnight and raided them because they needed more supplies.
Supplies.
Julian says, the funniest episode with Jones's van in Dad's Army was when it was converted to run on gas and the rifles burst to blue. That was Dad's Army, the movie, that. There's also one where they got it converted to gas, one of the episodes, where they got it converted to gas, and Jones and Walker were driving it back. And Jones had put his bayonet on his rifle, and as he leant his rifle back, the bayonet punctured the hose between them in the cab. So they're all giggling their heads off. They're both giggling their heads off and things, and don't know why. And then they're sparking a cigarette, and Walker says, "Oh, have you got a light there, Jonesy?" And Jones, because Jonesy's giggling, not paying attention, he lights the match and just holds it up next to him. So the gas coming out of this hose ignites like a little flamethrower. And then Walker lights a cigarette off it, starts smoking it, and then goes, it's like, hang on a minute, and looks back again. He's like, we're on fire! Jim, Bobby mentioned something about trying the freezer trick. What's that about? You can freeze it, and it makes the glue and plastic more fragile, so it's easier to get apart, basically. Bob says, question from Mr. Mikey. Now you have reversed the cross member. Is the drilled hole on the correct side? It is. Wow. Yeah, because I drilled straight through, so. Actually, that's a good point. No, it isn't. Oh, gosh darn it.
Oh, no.
Coronations. Oh, well. I can improvise. Jim says, my favourite characters outside of the regulars was Captain Corporal, Square, and the Green Grocer. Yeah. Damn it. Jim says, that's interesting, Mikey. I'm guessing it wasn't called a Wimmick at the time, and the book I read said it was a Wimmick because that's what they're called now. Yeah. Yes. So like I said, they didn't have a standardized kit, especially for the SAS. Even now, they just adapt into what they need. Because they have one of the troops that they have is called Mobility Troop. And they're basically expert drivers and mechanics and things, so they can just adapt the vehicles however they want them. And then anything that's too big a job, then they have REME lads attached to them, so they can make modifications and things to the vehicles. Jim, Square looked like and probably spoke very much like Sir John French, first commander of the World War I BEF. Jim says, oh yeah, the original film, Mikey, not the remake. Aaron says, hello. As I took into my chips, I have a question. Do you prime photo etch differently from plastic before painting? Oh, really?
No, just use the same stuff. I tend to use an aerosol Tamiya primer because it's very fine and it doesn't sort of eat all the details.
Whereas I just blitz it with a paint cannon. Because I'm a rebel. All right. Yeah. So that hole now. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. It's on the correct side. Phew, how fortuitous. There we go. Arville says, thank you. Tamir, fine, or blitz it. Yeah, I just use Vallejo primer. I don't prime it any different to what I prime anything else, to be honest.
Yeah, but I hate Vallejo primer, so you know.
That's because you can't get Vallejo to work for you, can you?
Oh no, I have. It's just I still don't like it. I know that the Tamiya spray will work every time. It'll nail it.
Weakness. Lack of moral fiber. Right. Okay. Now let's try put the engine in. Kind of. I mean, yeah, it fits-ish. But that's annoying. The stud on the end of the gearbox is just slightly in the way. So that'll be coming off, because you're never going to bloody see it anyway. Perfect. There we go. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. So I'm not going to glue the engine in just now because I want to paint that steering column.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So what I'll do is I'll focus on the radiator now.
How have I misplaced my leaf springs? What are they on? They're on B. Which button?
So on B35 and 34 and DA13. Let's peruse that. B.
That one. Those skummers. Right.
Ah, there we go. Giant radiator looking pieces. Oh, dropped it. Son of a. Lights. There it is. I like the fact I have a light under my desk. It makes things a lot easier. So what's everyone else doing whilst they're listening to us two witter on? Jim says, regarding PE, it was suggested to me to soak the parts or sheet of parts in vinegar. Supposedly the acidic content of the vinegar scores the surface and removes chemical better than anything else. Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Okay.
Might give that a go. Be interesting to try. What have we got? Hey, Moz has joined the Discord. Hello, Moz. Apparently he slid into the server. Ooh, just looking at Adam's current Austin build. It's looking good, buddy. Looking good, and those stickers look wonderful. Adam says he's masking the MiG at the minute.
I did enjoy the MiG. I did a couple of months ago, the MiG-21. It was a really nice build. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah. I've never built a MiG.
Oh, I've built two now. 21 and 23.
It's weird though, isn't it? When we started this, I was completely against the idea of doing any jets or anything. And now I've done two. I think. Yeah. Well, I've done a few aircraft now. I quite enjoy them. Like I say, I enjoy most kits, even if they're really difficult kits. It's just none of them particularly get me as excited as doing World War I kits. I'm like a big kid at Christmas when I see one of them in the shop. Especially if it's one that I've not done before. June says, Mutter, in answer to your question, Mikey, I'm rebooting the effing PC again. Oh dear. Sounds like our Julian's having a bit of a rough time of it. Huh. What the hell? B34 and 35. Yeah. What the deuce? Duke says, I'm working tonight, going to make a start on Skipper's Japanese Sailor. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do that as well.
Matthew, cat's gone to sleep on my arm, typing left-handed. Cats are funny. Kaylee's frightened of cats, you know.
Really?
Yeah. It's part of it. She won't go around to her mum's. If she goes around to her mum's, she won't sit down in case the cat jumps on her. In order for her to sit down at her mum's, her mum has to lock the cat out of the room. Adam says, yeah, I'm practicing some paint masks I got made up from decals, something a bit different. Ooh, sounds interesting. I still like the idea of doing that Welsh Eurofighter. That'd be fun. Julian, the 4 troops in each SAS squadron are mobility, as Mikey said, air, boat, and mountain. Yep. They are indeed. Aaron says, okay, I've put the photo etch parts on my chips, put vinegar all over, now about to prime it all. What the freak?
GM says, grandfather mentioned using gas bags on his work truck. It was a bit ungainly in a strong wind.
Yeah.
He is at work editing music videos. A stash of kids is next to me. Haha. Well, actually, hee. Meow.
Yeah. Adam, when you're putting the radiator together, do you cut off these little lugs that's holding them apart? The two halves apart? Because it doesn't make sense to have that gap. GM, grandfather mentioned using gas. Oh, just read that one. Bob, in the PCB plant I worked at, I got told off for nicking unused micro etch for my chips. Screams of poison. It's bloody acetic acid or vinegar to you plebs. My uncle works in a PCB factory. He's a manager, night shift manager. June says, that's the one reason to type one-handed, Matthew. My excuse is my left hand is buggered.
Good reason.
Julian, are you able to model despite the restrictions you're dealing with? Yeah, he does some, doesn't he? Bob says he also panics some people by checking cooling system cleaners by tongue. They were togged up in safety gear. Citric acid, says me. Acid relied as screams. It's lemon juice. Yeah. Jim, some years back, the Royal Canadian Air Force had images of various famous Canadians on the vertical tails of F-18s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool. Adam says, I did, yeah. The radiator fit was weird with them. So there you go. He removed the little lugs.
All right. So I'll be doing that next, I think, once I put this leaf spring on.
Yeah, I've not put the leaf spring on yet because that's step 13.
Yeah. As I say, I'm using it to protect the other little greeblies I put on, like that rear light.
Yeah.
You can see why.
sometimes you look at the instruction and you think, why the hell have he told you to do it in that order? Who the hell came up with these instructions?
Slava Ukraini.
Patrick says, I found those pins didn't fit, so cut them off on the radiator. Yeah. There you go. Julian, yes, Jim, it's challenging, but it's about figuring out how to do what others do with two hands. Bob says, leaf it out. Very good, Bob.
Right, there we go. Starting to get fragile now. Okay. Now I'm trying to understand, before I progress any more, what it means in step 11, where it says it's got this little dingus thing at the
DA5.
DA5?
Oh, hang on. Step 11. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's saying, to cut only for used plastic part DA25, see step 15. For scratch build, see step 15. Now, okay, so that goes in there at the back of the transmission.
Yeah.
But then you go up to step 15, and you're putting in these things. You either use plastic parts or bits of wire in step 15, but it doesn't show anything to do with what's over here referring to step 15. So I am befuddled.
Yeah, just do the plastic parts. It'll be fine.
I reckon. So it says, 0.3 of a mil wire, but I don't think I have 0.3. I've got 0.2. Yeah, 0.2.
It'll be fine. You're not going to notice 0.01 of a millimeter, are you?
No. I'll try to use the plastic parts regardless.
Yeah. GM says, Julian, indeed, well done. I have seen a woman painting with her feet as her arms were deformed from birth. Definitely a challenge, Julian. You have to have it figured out. There you go. Adam says, Mikey, Discord for the updated instructions. It shows where it clips into said part.
Okay.
See, this is why Discord is handy, John.
What's Discord?
What's that all about? Bob says, Nodge, cut the shaded bit off for plastic part, leave it on for metal.
Okay.
GM says, Bobby, how are you today? Ooh, got 23 people watching. Don't know how many likes we got. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm sure it's loads. Ooh, there you go. Tiffany says 13 likes out of 24 watching. Are we not entertaining you lately? Because it seems to be dropping off a little bit. Same with the watch hours.
Clearly, the audience liked my occasional rants about politics.
Yes, but we're not having them. I'm sure the channel will pick up again without them.
saw a tweezer rack in the store the other day. I think I might get one because I can never put down the tweezers, and I'm thinking, where the hell are they? I'm like,
I have,
used to be in front of me.
You know those sets of drawers with stuff like that in? Those little drawers.
Yeah.
I got one of them, and I've just got the tweezers in, all my tweezers in one of the drawers.
Right.
And I've got Geffel written on the front of it, so I know which one it is. Adam says, DA25, the plastic wire has the clip in the center where it would attach once snipped off. Yeah. And Bob says, Gem alive and waiting for hospital tomorrow. Julian, when I was learning to drive, my instructor told me of another pupil with no arms. He said he felt safer with her driving than people with all four limbs. She paid attention to what she was doing. Yeah. We take things for granted, don't we?
Sure do.
Adam says, custom wire slots into the it without cutting. Ah.
Okay.
Tiff says, we've just had school holidays here, Mikey. So people would have been busy for the last week or two. Yeah. Julie says, I knew there was something I forgot. Oh, Julie liked. See, it was Julian. Blame him. And he's a moderator. Joe says, if I see Death Fight with John and Mini Komodo, I will like it at least 20 times.
Yeah.
Joe's going to be like one of those, you know, the young girls when they sat on the field with the flower going, he loves me not. I like it not. I like it not. Bob says, part DA25 has the bit cut off, molded in halfway along, if you can understand my rubbish. There we go.
I'll have a look at that in a moment. Bit 25.
Trevor says, new ICM kit, 135 Ford Coupe. Yeah, the doctor's car. I'm going to getting Kay that one because she wants to have a go at doing a Model T. She tagged me in the other day and said, can I get this one? I was like, yes, we'll get it you when it's released.
Okay.
She's building up her own stash already. Patrick, tweezers, they hide, you know, John. Same with modeling knives.
You're not wrong.
That's why I have mine in a drawer labeled Geffel. Tiff says, I have the instructions loaded up if you want to pop them on screen. Aye, go on then. Why, aye, man.
All right.
I am not a Geordie. Hey, you, no. There we go. So DA25 is that rod there?
Yeah.
That shaft.
Sorry, DA25. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
That one.
Yeah.
So that notch goes into the area that I see. Cut only for plastic part. Scratch build. Yep. Got it. Thank you. Very good.
Thank you, moderator.
If only there was a forum or something where people can post images and people can have a look at them off screen.
I know, right? If only there was a place called Discord. Jim says, we invited comedian Steady Eddie aboard our Qantas aircraft. He is sadly a disabled person from birth, but very funny. His best mate is blind, both dressed as pilots, panic the passengers fun.
Yeah, Steady Eddie. Go back 30 years ago or whatever. Yeah, he was on one of our shows, Hey It's Saturday, and he was doing a routine because he has physical and speech difficulties.
Yeah,
but obviously he just owns it because you know. Yeah, it was hilarious, and he got a huge following.
Yeah, excellent.
I can't remember any of his one-liners, but no, he's a very, very good guy. Sort of broke on through barriers.
June says, GM, are you on Discord? He's not because he struggles to get it in South Korea. Posted a pic a while ago of a Hurricane diorama I did and an Airfix Land Rover, which may pass its next MOT if the glove box has a few grand stuffed in it.
All right. Okay, time for me to cut out the radiator now. See how that goes.
Tiff says, you're welcome. Happy to help as always. I don't know what.
Different accent every time she talks.
I know, right? It's like she's
the
multiple
odds?
people.
I know. What a talent.
I know, right? It's almost like she's got split personality or something. Julian, MOT is a UK annual roadworthiness test for vehicles. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So in New South Wales, we call them pink slips. In Victoria, they don't, because they don't have an annual roadworthy. Just sort of weird, because you see some shit boxes driving around there.
That's probably why. Jim says, MiniArt must be paid by the wire making industry. Not every kit instruction sheet call for 0.3 millimeters wire somewhere in it.
No.
Yeah. You can get it fairly cheap. Joe says, is there a section on this Discord for politics asking for an Australian friend? No. In fact, rule one of standing orders on said Discord is no politics whatsoever.
Yeah. They didn't like me speaking common sense here.
It's not that, it's just it causes arguments and people get upset and it's not worth it. We've got a really nice little community. We don't need it spoiling by debates that people can't agree on. James says, Julian, no, not Discord. Mikey can forward my email address to you if you like. Tiff says, no, that would be standing order number 1, same rule as the streams.
Oh, and GM, I followed your suggestion and passed on your details to Timar.
Ooh.
And he was very grateful to get the link. Thank you.
Julian says, laugh out loud, Joe, no, it's banned by standing order number 1. Yes. Jim says, I agree, Mikey. The P word can divide more than unite. Yes. Joe says, we understand. Standing order numero 1. Julian, I don't call it common sense as it has been common for decades. Yes, unfortunately, some people forget it.
I see what you mean. Those locating pip pins do not fit. Yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
And DA13 is apparently not on my sprue. Oh, that would be because I'm looking at the wrong sprue. No. Hang on a minute. It's the 2 DA13s.
Here we go.
There is not.
Yeah, not the greatest fit. What is DA13? What is the thing of which you speak?
Radiator cap.
Ah. Lift up those little dinguses off as well. Or dingo.
Oh.
They're gone, so now they're dingo.
Okay, so. I do not appear to have a DA13. Bugger.
There we go.
Well, that's rather annoying.
I better check if I've got one. told you, mate. I already got one. Yeah.
The part on the actual number on the screws there, it's just no part attached to it.
Yeah. 13. There we go. A little.
Yeah. Jem says, thank you, John. Tim would enjoy a joke or two. Please pass my email to him as any questions he has regarding career, etc. Happy to answer any questions or inquiries.
We'll do that. Yeah. I've sent him all your details, as in your contact card that I had.
Yeah. Patrick says he has, and it's tiny. It is.
All right, so that.
But how do you know? Julian says, "Sí, señor, Lil is numero uno standing order, a bit like the Star Trek Prime Directive." Yes. Ooh, ammunition. Let's have a look.
Okay. So I'll leave that off for now.
It's not in there,
Hit that after I paint it. So Dingus number Skooma, that one.
Huh? Yeah.
B2, B3, and B21. B2, B3. B21.
Right. Right. Sometimes you find little bits have broken off and gone into the corners. Like that bit, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. No, it's gone. Oh well. Not to worry. These things happen. Jim says, okay, that's one down. Now to offend the rest of Europe. Yeah, why not, Julian? Can't be any more offended than when Jeff Dunham does it. Jose Jalapeno on a steak. Parts are really nicely molded.
They are.
Just a shame some of them are missing. But never mind. We shall continue on with the show. Just check I've not knocked it off or anything by mistake. Doesn't appear so. I don't think you're going to be able to see it anyway once it's built.
Right out of cap?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Unless you got the radiator armour open, I doubt you're going to see it.
I think you'd be able to just get another sprue entry gate and just cut it to represent a radiator cap.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Okay.
That way. June says, well, it'll keep me busy, Mikey, and you know what they say about the devil making work for idle hands. Yeah. GM says, Steady Eddie is still going. He enjoyed stirring pastures on the flight. He says he can sit on one beer all night, whilst most need 20 beers to walk like him.
That's true, that.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Kind of looks like a radiator cap. Oh, also, don't forget, people, 8 p.m. UK time tonight, join myself and Waitrose for his live stream, where you can win a prize.
You know what? I reckon I'll actually be tuning into that because I've got to get up at 8 to for the Tyler is coming.
Ah, Tyler what?
You know, the floor Tyler, Brett.
Oh,
Brett
I
the
thought his
Tyler.
name was Tyler.
No.
Silly me.
Dum, 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 dum. Come on.
It's not quite straight. She says, oh, I could offend a whole military institution and annoy several countries at once. No, that's been done, and I like to be original.
Yeah, that's been done right now.
Joe says, is that tonight, Mikey, or tomorrow? That's tonight, buddy. I know, for my beer is in the fridge, ready. My bottle of stout. Well, extra stout. Because I'm having Guinness. Bob says, so not somebody who makes suits then? Lol. No, not Taylor. Not Mr. Morris's secret, not so secret crush. I was watching quite an interesting program tonight on YouTube. It's about naps and how they train air traffic controllers in the UK.
Naps?
Naps or Nats or something.
I don't know. What is that?
It's a company that runs main air traffic controls in the UK.
Okay.
For the southwest.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah,
London
here
area.
we have just one company, Air Services Australia.
Yeah.
Who have become too big for their own good, and they're dictating to government how things should be. Well, that's a story here from government anyway. Mind you, they are the experts, but for instance, Melbourne is one of the few major cities in the world without a train line to the airport. And it's because apparently, apart from Victoria just being shit at deciding what they need when, apparently Air Services Australia is saying, no, you want the station there? No, we want it here, and the government aren't agreeing to them. Well, that's when you sit down and negotiate and compromise. That's what politicians do.
Well, that's what they're supposed to do.
Well, yeah.
But again, we're venturing back into politics.
Well, okay. No, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about transport. Damn it. It's just like, the Dow's at 50,000 is a finance report rather than politics. What are you looking at? That's a nice little radiator cap you've got there.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do, won't it?
A finance report. Right, so Yeah, I'll put my radiator cap on before I lose it.
Yeah.
It's very small. Anyway.
That's what she said.
How have we got? Half an hour. Cripes.
Yeah. There you go. Kind of. Jim says, I knew a guy named Tyler whose occupation was a Tyler. I'll get my coat and leave quietly.
Yeah, so this guy is a Tyler, but his name's Driver, so he's clearly missed his calling in life.
Yeah.
I just hope he's good at tiling. He hasn't done it
yet. Joe says, darn it, I will not be around. Let me throw in some wild guesses now, then. You can, but I've got it here next to me. June says, I thought it was first Thursday of the month, not first Tuesday. No, because last week was Thursday. Let's have a look. Yowie stuff. View channel. Lives. February, Tuesday, live stream. First Thursday, live stream. There we go. First Thursday. And then third Tuesday. Oops.
Huh.
I want to get a copyright flag off Gary. So yeah, there you go. Joe says, guess, Hasegwa 172nd P47D Thunderbolt. That's it for me.
Good guess.
I'm not telling you the box score.
It'd be hilarious if you're right.
Jem Steady's blind friend was walking around the aircraft with his blind guide dog. That freaked out many passengers as well. CEO Qantas watched laughing his head off. June says, bathroom was redone in 2009-ish by a company called itself Bonnie Tyler. I know they weren't.
That's funny.
Jim says, Jem was the dog blind too. Blind Pew.
I have an acute earring.
Right. I think you've got a good idea actually with putting the leaf springs on.
It's worked for me so far.
Yeah. So B52 and B51.
Miss.
Julian says, be back in a bit. Kara here. Okay. Joe says, Julian, it's a heartache. B52.
Good song, right?
I myself prefer the Eagles version. There's going to be a heartache tonight.
Oh, no, the Bonnie Tyler one's quite sublime, really.
I've never really liked Bonnie Tyler's music.
Yeah, but you've been wrong before.
Well, that's true. But there again, half the modelling world does know what a Marley is.
Yeah, I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
You're famous because an actual
I'm shit.
You do that so much, it's actually been named after you.
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny because I'd say most of the people haven't actually seen the incident where it all started, but you know, the trouble is I keep repeating it.
I think it's quite funny.
God, I mean, yeah. Can't believe I actually finished that kit. I was totally devastated when oh God, oh my God. There we go.
Oh, okay. So that's in the wrong place. Cool. God damn it, I've done crap on this kit so far.
What do I need now? Exhaust pipe. No, muffler, I should say. So B33, B28. Oh, they're easy to spot. B8, B63.
Right. So if I put... Joe says, or was that a total eclipse of the heart? I forgot. I think part of the problem with Bonnie Tyler for me is Kay listens to songs on a loop for weeks on end.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them that she listens to a lot of is Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I think over time it's just really put me off.
That's fair.
It goes that way around.
She's Welsh, is she? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but I didn't realise that Dawn French was born on Anglesey.
Was she?
Yeah. She was born at RF Valley because her dad was in the Air Force.
There you go.
But she considers herself English. Duke says, Joe, that's what he said when he paid the bill. Ha ha. Jim, true story, saw a service van with the company name Ash Wipe Chimney Sweep. Did a double take on that.
That's good.
I am not surprised. Oh, come on. Stick your son of a... Right, stay like that. Don't move. Bob says, wasn't Bonnie Tyler on a DIY SOS once? Probably. I remember an episode of that where they did this person's living room and they made like floating display shelves in the middle of the room. So they were glass shelves that had all these really expensive ornaments that have been handed down through generations and stuff on it. But they were held up and held apart by thin cables. So they were like hanging shelves in the middle of the room. And they finished it and then went outside to meet the person that owned the house. And as they went outside and started walking up the path, all they heard was smash. And when they went back in the house, all these shelves with all these expensive ornaments and everything on it just crashed to the floor because they hadn't anchored it properly.
Well, wasn't Gary, was it?
No. If it was, they'd have gone all the way through the ceiling. GM says, Jim, ha ha ha, nah. The dog could see everything. The dog had a good sniff of the aircraft wheels. Someone else had peed on one of the wheels. You.
Yeah, it was probably me.
Just cooling the brakes down. Don't mind me. Jim says, GM, I get it. Very good, sir. And Duke says, isn't Bonnie Scottish? I don't know. Jim says, the blind guide dog and the disabled associations are legit organisations in Australia. Yeah, in the UK, we don't use that word because it has a very specific meaning.
Does it?
Yes. So it used to be a derogatory term for people who are disabled.
Wow.
But now it just refers. It is actually a medical term as well that a lot of people don't realise, and it's called spasticity, and it's where you have uncontrollable muscle spasms. So people with MS have it and things like that. Bob says the floating shelves wasn't SOS; it was a competitive show. Neighbours doing each other's rooms. I can't remember. It was one of those daft bloody reality programs. Either way, it was funny. Not for them, obviously, because they'd lost a lot of stuff, but right. Changing Rooms, that was it. That was the name of the show, I think. I'm sure Bob will correct me if I'm wrong. Usually does. Come on. Oh dear. Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go. Jim, yes, I want to clarify that, Mikey. Many international people wouldn't understand the terminology or wording. Yeah. That's the only reason we don't say it, because over here we can get in trouble for saying that. Because it's a really offensive term. It's like saying the N word, but for disabled people. Bob says, Mikey wins a prize. Correctly guessed the show. Oh, thank you, buddy. Julian, Duke, Welsh singer called Bonnie Tyler, so the company used the same name. There we go. Jim, I hope someday to be Bonnie Tyler along the bonny banks of Scotland. And Jim says, Julian says, also, I'm back. I thought you were Julian. Right, let's try. How the hell? Okay. So when these leaf springs go on the front, John, how do you get them to slot on at the very front here?
All right, so I was referring to a photo over the page at 15 and 16, where most of it is protruding. Well, it doesn't protrude. So at the rear. So what I've done is they're on the correct side. There's a locator on the insides, but what it means is they splay out slightly.
Yes.
But that must be how they are, because those locators wouldn't be there otherwise.
Yeah.
And the locators are shown in step 13 at the very rear of B52, so I'd imagine you don't cut them off. So that's what I've gone for.
Oops. Yeah, that's the problem I'm getting at, because they don't seem to go together, those locators on. Or do they? Is it like a pin? Supposed to make like a pin that joins together?
I don't know.
It looks like it, actually. That would actually make sense.
It fits, and I don't think it'll have a detrimental effect on the front axle. We jump ahead and see how that goes. Step. What is that? B4. That one.
Oh, you know they're doing the garages at the back of ours. They took the old garages down the other day, last week.
No.
We had the whole of our back garden, the whole width across was concrete garages that the council were putting in like the 70s. So like 8-9 foot tall concrete garages with like asbestos corrugated sheet roof on it that they could rent out to residents and things. So our back garden, instead of around a back fence, we had a back wall. Well, they took them all down last week because they've decided to demolish them all. And they've replaced it with a 6-foot fence. So all weekend we had like this metal building site fence across our back garden. They're supposed to put privacy netting across it. But they came yesterday and put the privacy netting across last night, and then came back first thing this morning and took it down again because they're putting this fence up today.
Right.
Yeah. So at least we'll have a fence, so we'll have a little bit of privacy in the back of the house.
Okay. 18.
Problem is, opposite. It's not normal houses. Opposite the back of our house, it's like 3-story flats. So you haven't got a lot of privacy because you've got people overlooking you all the time if you're in the living room and things. And there's one woman that her hobby seems to be in the afternoon is just sitting outside staring into people's houses.
Mrs. Mangle.
Yeah. She nearly went Mrs. over the balcony. I think she's been moved out though because people were complaining about her. Jem says, Jim, one is Wales, the other isn't. Shakin' Stevens is still around, I believe. I don't know.
You've never heard of Shakin' Stevens then?
Yeah, I've heard of Shakin' Stevens. I just don't know if they're around. I haven't listened to their music.
Him.
Jem says, I can dream, mate. I probably heard it at some point. But...
Yeah, he only really had one hit, This Old House. I think there's another minor one.
Patrick says, I remember watching one of those shows, 60-Minute Makeover.
Green Door.
Family of 5, and they put 2 chairs in the living room and boasted how much room they had made for them by throwing all their stuff away. Yeah. I remember that. My mum used to watch that stuff all the time. It used to be really annoying in the school holidays because that's all she'd watch, and she wouldn't let us put anything else on. Jim, haha, my money is on Catherine Jenkins. Dreamy girlfriend material there. Ha ha ha. She was a teacher, wasn't she, before she became a singer?
I know. Great voice, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was a teacher in South Wales. Okay. So what I was getting at before is if you look at the heads there, they've got pins that stick out, haven't they? If I can focus. There. They've got little pins that stick out there. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
So do they stay on or do they come off?
No, they go over those. They're the locators for it.
Right, because that's got pins on the end of it as well.
No, maybe you're putting them backwards.
No, it goes on. That's the one for that side. It's got a pin on both sides, if you look.
Didn't have. Is the other one the same?
The other side is, yeah.
No, I mean the other leaf spring.
Let's have a look. BA51. B51 even. Yep. Unless it's just like a contact point so that it glues together. That'd make sense, I suppose.
Okay. So, no, can you... I'll see if I can get it. It's probably not broad enough. So, yeah, you can see the pin. It just sits in the recess on the chassis rail.
See, there's no recess on mine. I'll just trim it down, sod it. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
What could possibly go wrong based on everything that I've got wrong today? June says Shaking Stevens is 78 and still upright and breathing. Oops.
All right, there you go. There we go. So I didn't cut it off, which I shall do now.
2 seconds. Bob says, Ground Force, how often has Alan Titchmarsh threatened for looking at his watch? Yeah. We used to have a teacher that looked the double of Alan Titchmarsh. And my brother-in-law caused him to have a nervous breakdown. Well, it was his own fault, really. But, yeah. Because he came into the changing rooms after peeing and stood in the middle of all those lads getting changed. I said, I can tell you which one of you lads is gay. And we all went, who? And he went, gives a kiss and I'll tell you. And then walked out. So we were all like, what the fuck? That's weird. And the guy who's now my brother-in-law went up to the head of year and said, look, this is what he said. Don't think it's appropriate. So then it got round the school what he said and everything. And he ended up getting sacked because he's had a nervous breakdown.
Wow. My PE teacher claimed to be the son of Hitler. Oh, there's that word I shouldn't have said. But, yeah. That's how he lost his job.
People do stupid things, don't they? We had his replacements was a guy called Mr. Chesters. He still teaches there now, and he just finished university. We were his first class when he started at the school, and his first, proper teaching job. And he came in one day, and he rubbed his chest, and he went, "Ah!" I'm like, "You're right, sir." And he went, "Yeah." He said, "I just had a bit of a problem last night." Like, "Oh, what happened?" And he went, "Well, because there's a female, one of the female PE teachers called Miss Scargill." He said, "I was going on a date with Miss Scargill's sister." He said, "And I put my shirt on and forgot I hadn't ironed my shirt." He said, "So I decided to iron it." I'm like, "Right." And he went,
"Problem is,
well, he said, the problem is I didn't think I had time to take it off, so I tried to iron it whilst I was wearing it."
Bloody hell.
So he ironed his own chest and burns himself. It's like, and you're supposed to be the educated one.
Sounds like a PE teacher.
Yeah. He's actually a good teacher, PE teacher, to be fair. Except for he was obsessed with football, so that's all we got to play. And I didn't like football. I preferred rugby and hockey. June says, how many men didn't watch Ground Force for the gardening? Charlie Dimmock. Yeah. GM says, Julian, I did. Bob says, the end of my chassis rails have a hole in the recess for the pin to fit in. Yeah, mine didn't, so I made one. Julian, I did watch her. Dangerous gardening going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that, Gary? John?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So Ground Force was a TV program in the UK where a team of gardeners would revamp someone's garden for them whilst they were away. So they'd have like 3 days to redo the garden or whatever. And one of the team members was called Charlie Dimmock. Is a redheaded woman who had very ample cleavage and wasn't afraid to show it off every time she squatted down and leant in front of the camera. So, yeah. So that's what they're talking about.
Sure.
Matthew says, sorry, everyone. I think I've been asleep for about 40 minutes. Just woke up exhausted from yesterday's meeting. It's all right, buddy. You haven't missed much. Oh, we've only got 4 minutes left.
Yes. DA16. I'll put one more part on, then it'll be done.
So there's no episode of this next Tuesday, because I've got to go to Llangollen for a medical appointment for Kay.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a week off from us. Well, a day off. Don't mind me just slicing layers out my finger.
Did it hurt?
No, didn't even feel it.
Damn.
Matthew says Charlie and her gimmicks. She didn't do bras. Nope. Well, that was the other thing. She was very amply. She had a very ample bosom. She always wore fairly low-cut tops, and she very rarely wore a bra, even though she's working outside all the time. So yeah, there you go. Took a chunk of the skin off. There you go. Jem says, cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, girls.
Thanks for tuning in again.
Yeah. Not a bad one, Charlie.
Nope.
Bob says, so do we finish the stream on a pair of Charlies? And then Jem says, Bobby. They're a right pair of Charlies, they are. There we go. What are we on?
All right. So there's lots of bits that have been added to the chassis that you can't really tell. Right. So what I've managed to do this stream, apart from the four, all the grey bits, as you could see, the rear steering rod, not even a steering rod, but yeah, the 4 leaf springs, the rear bumper, rear light, whatever that little plastic, you can't even see it now. It's a photo etch bit under there. It's a little droopy hook of some sort. The accelerator and whether it be a brake and a clutch assembly, I'm not even sure, but there's 2 pedals at the front and 2 pedals at the back. Like that. So I've got the exhaust pipe or the muffler together. That just goes simply alongside the engine pipe. And yeah, like that. But it's going together very well.
Yeah. Go on.
Matthew says today's safety brief is about scalpel safety use of.
Yes. I think the problem is, because I play guitar, the skin's quite thick on there anyway, and it's quite hard. So I can actually slice pieces off it and not notice. But yeah. I've actually taken a few layers of the skin off. Jim says, no show next Tuesday? No show next Tuesday. Jim says, I believe the PC term for Miss Dimmock was pectorally gifted. Yes, PC terms are, in my honest opinion, a load of cack. Yes. I was well say cacken. There we go. We're at the 2-hour mark.
Hooray.
Yeah. I've spent most of the bloody episode trying to correct my cock-ups in the previous episodes.
I think we've got another, well, at least 2 episodes on the chassis itself before we moved on to the coachwork.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I just wish I hadn't made so many mistakes in the first 3 episodes. Okay.
Yeah, so all I'll do off screen, I'll paint my radiator, the
Uh-huh.
skooma, and the stuff that's grey there, but I'll spray black. So
Yeah.
I'll just move on.
So you're up to step 13?
14. So the only parts I haven't put on are the 2 pedals at the rear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay, so I'll catch up to there then.
Yeah, so I'll finish the end of page 9.
Yeah.
Step 14, and ready to go on to the all the rest of it, the differential, the front axle, rear axle.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. For those who are corporals, we have the corporals mess tomorrow afternoon, 12 till 2. We've also got Weight Rose's live stream tonight. For everyone else, we're back on Thursday, 12 to 2 with the tornado build.
Oh, yeah.
So until then, hulvar for now.
Hooroo.